cred că se aude, ia să uite. Bun.
Mondstadt welcomes you. You should really bring the Knights of Favonius with you next time.
Bun. Hai să mă aud, sper. Cred că mă aud. Bun. N-am făcut de cea vreme live, deci sunt interesant. Bun. După cum vedeți, acum am făcut roșii de Diluc. La bannerul cu Ganiu mi-a picat Diluc, că de... Vreau zici că e banner de Diluc mai degrabă. Dar chiar ia să o dăm pentru își? N-am. Dar pot să fac. Înainte de curs, hai să facem ăsta daily, dacă tot. Săracul Diluc joca nu e făcut. Am văzut nimic. Cred că l-am level 60. Da, 60 l-am. Asta e update-ul de 1.3 cu Shao. Plus că putem să alegem un caracter, nu fi? Uite, să luăm parte la acest event ca să putem să alegem pe un caracter. Ia uite, mama. Asta cam bine chiar. Nu știu. Stai și o clipă. Bun.
Retribution! Live! Witness my great undertaking!
Hai că am dat ulta aia.
No time to lose. Bring it on. Burn.
11.000. Vai, câte materiale.
Brace yourself. This is gonna hurt.
10.000.
No time to lose. Who's next?
Am câte materiale. Nice. Următorul e aici, asta cred că era... cred că știu costul. Hai să mergem și la asta, dacă tot e aici în zonă. Zic. Muzica nu cred că e așa de tare. Sper. Opa, mă scuzați. Da, așa să vedem. Bun. Merge. Să văd doar o chestie întâi. Ai buton de mut? Patru și 5. Ok. Eu adică asta a venit. Aha, bun. Nu, în caz de să mai trebuie de să mai strâng să mai ceva, să mă pun pe mult, să nu e vreo problemă. Opa, stai așa. Să lași shot aici. Bun. Cred că e ok melodia. Opa, stai așa. Așa, bun. Bine, Paimon, bine, Paimon. După cum vedeți, acum am două caractere noi, pe care nu le știți, cum ar fi Palbedo și Diluc, că am mai menționat că Diluc am plecat recent. Și am și petul ăsta, din aer. Mai a fost un event înainte. N-am mai stat să mai fac live și că am fost gen acum, când a fost cu Crăciunul și ăsta și nu prea am mai stat. Da, și eu deja quest-ul ăsta are să-i fac curățenie. Parcă nu? Da. Pot să fac și cu Child. Nu? Hai să fac cu Venti. De bunete să fiu aproape. Așa. Mă găsește una. O fi aici? Da, aici. Bun. What the fuck? A dat un zbor. Nice. Bun. Avem unul aici. Hai da ce pot din zona de zăpadă. Da, am mai pus și cu Albedo care a fost în zona asta. Da, n-a filmat nu nimica. Cred că acum era quest limitat, deci dacă mergeți la timpul, eventul și mai era pe bune. Că aveți să fac asta. Bun. Face mie să mă bag cu ăsta. Stai că mai dă una. Bun. Stai jos. Te-ai pe acá, ai folosit de astea? Că nu mai știu. Opa, aici. Nu. Nu asta. Rewards aici. Cine era asta? Warming Battle. Ah! Aia capția de căldură. Bine să mai întâi să mai mult summon-urile. Plus, poate fundalul, coroana și aripile. Putea să fac și pe ăsta, dar l-am făcut lene. Ultimul era ăsta. Pot să mă duc aici? Cred că pot. Cred că o să fac și un live, nu știu ce zi. Credeți să mai fac acum live-uri, dar posibil să fac cu Tarkov, că mi-am luat Tarkov recent și să încerc să văd cum merge pe live. Nu știu dacă o să mă ține procesorul, că le singura problemă. De la PC. Plecați-mă de aici. Așa, suflă. Mă lăsăm direcția greșită, este? Da. Direcția greșită. Nice. Încoa. Trebuie să fie un hilici jos ăsta mare. Dacă nu mă înșel. Aici pe dreapta. De obicei așa era. Da, uite-l. Hai să-l bat dacă tot aici. Bine. Da, dă-mi cu cel.
Shouldn't let your guard down.
Materiale. Da, ia. Bun. Mentă. Nu vreau ce să dubească asta, că cred că am o grămadă de mentă. Hai să-i suc turnurile, easy. Bine.
Burst forth.
Ah, tu cu ăla al tău. Unde-i? Du-te de aici. N-am nicio abilitate băgată la asta, da? N-am chiar de tine. Sau? Așa la foc. Bun, arzi acolo în liniște. E bune că tu ai venit aici. Dă-te de aici. Te-mă de aici. Bine că ți-ai pus shield înapoi. Adu și ceva kill de tine. Dă-mi quest-ul și aia. Ia.
Burst forth. Witness my great undertaking.
Mori. Bye bye. Și eu materialele. Bun. Cred că am suficiente, n-am. Trebuie să mă duc să iau reward-urile. Din monster. Nu știu cât de lung o să fie live-ul ăsta, nu prea cred așa de lung, da. Ce mi fac aici, nu. Bun. A, da, vezi că se adventure în 48. Vai de capul. Bun. Hai să dăm, pe ușaua. Da, nu o să fie. Academie, mi-a plecat deloc de aici. Bine, nu la show. Uite, acum mi-a plecat Beido. Diona. Ce-au, deloc, 5 star. Și mie mi-a stat ăla. Pentru că de mi-a plecat deloc și s-a stat ăla. Bine, acum sigur că următoarea legendară e garantat. Tipul din binar. Crack din binar. Acum, următorul bine, dacă nu pică ceva bun la asta, următorul nu dau nimic, pentru că oricum e Kicking, sau cum s-o numit până la urmă. Și am zis că nu se merge să dai la ea. Pentru că aia poate să pice oricând. Pentru că e la orice bine și la normal la ea. Poate pice, poate pica și Diluc. Bun, hai să cu quest-ul, care-i faza? Cât de ea s-a băgat quest-ul? Ce-ți cu heliciusul ăia de acolo? Au ceva în jurul lor, what the fuck? Cred că poți să ajung aici, nu? Da. What the fuck?
Is it just Paimon, or is there something weird about those hilly trails over there? Paimon thinks so
Posibil.
too. We've seen plenty of hilly trails before, and they're always the bad guys. But this is different. Uh-oh. This is right by the Wangshu Inn too. Oh, the guests are in great danger. Now that we've seen it, if we don't do anything about it, Paimon will feel really guilty. Let's go take care of them.
Eu de care faza cu ăștia? De ce așa? A, dar nu vreți să muriți? Vă dau cu child, stați calm. Dau roia pe care masă acolo încă. A, nu știu, ăla pe mi s-a părut de ușor de bătut, ok. What? What the fuck face cu masca aia?
Now that you mention it, this guy's mask is kind of similar to the one that he wears, but the magic he was using seemed even more adeptus-y than Xiao's. Shall we go say hi?
Cine ești, mă, tu?
Hello. Allow us to introduce ourselves. This is...
Please, if you're here to thank me, there's no need. Cleansing the world of evil is the duty of the Adepti. Think nothing of it. I certainly don't.
Huh?
Wait, who are you? One had assumed you were followers, but on closer inspection it seems that we have not met.
My name's Paimon, and this is my sidekick.
Huh?
One sees. One too shall introduce oneself, for it is good manners to comply. The one before you is the Adeptus, Master of Stars, though one is better known to one's followers as Star Snatcher. One descended from one's mountain abode to cleanse the world of evil, whereupon fate saw fit that our paths should...
Our wishes? Paimon thought that the Adepti and Levi were just really good in battle. You mean you can grant people's wishes too?
There are different levels of Adepti. Are not the stars loftier than the mountains, clouds, and moon? Yet it is unbecoming of an Adepti to boast of one's powers. One would have you first speak to one's followers, and only then make your verdict.
Have you seen the Master of Stars in action? His power truly hails from... I believe that now, there is finally some hope for my ailing father. Watching him use his magic is all the proof you need. A true adeptus, no doubt. Not long ago, I sought some medicine from him on behalf of my ailing father. The difference with Boo Boo Pharmacy's prescriptions was like night and day, I tell you. Once it was boiled and ready, it gave off this really ethereal mist. Adepti medicine is surely the most potent. My father will recover soon, I just know it. Sure, you have to make some sacrifices if you seek help from an adeptus like the Master of Stars. I had to give a few antiques as offerings. But my father's life is worth much more than a few old relics, right?
De ce cred că ăsta e o făcutură ce gen?
The Millilith don't really need to do shifts when the Master of Stars is around, do they? I'm a merchant, and I had an especially valuable batch of goods that needed transporting recently. So I asked the Master of Stars if he would make the journey with me, as presumptuous as that was. Reason being, monsters run a mile as soon as he so much as holds up his talisman. We didn't have the slightest bit of trouble the whole journey. It didn't come cheap, of course, but then soliciting the services of a god is a monumental affair. Just look at the Rite of Dissension.
Hai
So
că
I can
este
accept
dacă e.
it, but I doubt that most from outside of Liyue would be willing to.
Sigur este o făcătură cu asta.
Finally, a life full of hope and purpose. Oh, are you believers too? After my fiancé had been left, I cried every day. But then I turned to the Master of Stars for help. At his suggestion, I started burning paintings of my fiancé and casting the ashes into the ocean at sunrise. I can't explain it, but it really worked. I know in my heart that he'll return. This is not some sort of positive thinking trick. I'm certain of it. I'm so overjoyed that I gave a portion of my wedding budget to the Master of Stars as an offering. After all, if not for him, I wouldn't be getting my fiancé back, and which...
Aha.
What do you think? One's adherents may exaggerate a little, but they speak from the heart.
From the imagination, sigur.
Surely you jest. There was once a senior adeptus, Xie Wu Liang, known to the people as Liangzi. He said this: all things are connected. That which mortals call imagination is merely the bridge betwixt the spiritual and the material. In other words, their wishes are already on the path of transitioning into reality. Does this make things clearer?
Nope.
It makes them way more complicated. But basically what you're saying is that their wishes can come true, right?
Indeed. You are perceptive, my diminutive friend.
Okay. So we also have one other question.
Oh? You need but ask.
Hey, isn't that a bit inappropriate?
Scoată jos.
Indeed. It would be inappropriate for one to remove one's mask. One wanders among mortals, doing good and cleansing evil. One reveals not one's visage to avoid further disturbance to this realm than is necessary.
Ah, got it.
Now then, what are your wishes? One senses that a tragic tale lies behind this wish. So be it. This wish is not beyond one's power to grant, but first, one must see some proof of your faith.
What's that supposed to mean?
The way of the Adepti cannot be grasped from words alone. One must seek the profound truths that lie beyond them. Should you fail to perceive one's hidden meaning, then regrettably, one may lend you no aid.
What do we do? Paimon doesn't understand him at all. Oh, that's right! Some of those believers mentioned that they had to pay a pretty sum for the Adeptus' help, didn't they? Well, Paimon's not forking over anymore, and we don't have anything valuable enough on us.
Eu Amora?
You don't even have a vision. Hey, why don't we make him a tasty snack? No one can resist the temptation of good food, can they?
Nom, sounds good.
A tasty snack is sure to work.
Aoleu, ce
Why
râs.
don't we head over to Wanwan Bookhouse and see if they got any new recipes in?
Unde? Vai, tocmai unde? Vai, ce râs a avut și Paimon la faza aia. Vai, vai, vai. Unde vrea să mă urc? What the fuck? Restauratul Shanling.
No time to lose.
Ah, nu. Piața cu cărțile. Ah, uite-l pe ăsta.
So, you'd like a copy of Yaksha's The Guardian Adepti?
Yes. Here, and keep the change.
Oh, aren't you generous? Thank you for your patronage.
Heh.
Hey, isn't that, Star Snapper? What a coincidence running into him again. Did you hear the name of the book he just bought? Was it Yaksha's The Guardian Adepti? Well, anyway, it was definitely a book about the Adepti. Why would an Adeptus want to buy a book about himself? Really? What's so fishy about him? Huh. That's a good point. None of the other Adepti we've met seemed like they needed anything from anyone.
Și ai un exemplu?
Paimon thinks we should check out
Niciodată
that
niciun
book.
nimic.
Maybe we'll find out something about this guy that we can use. Hey there! We'd like a copy of Yaksha's The Guardian Adepti. Do you have one in stock?
Huh. Since when did that old chestnut become a bestseller? You're a rare breed of youngster if this is what you like to read. But you should be able to find a copy somewhere on that shelf over there.
Ah, uite-o.
This is the one! Let's see what it's all about, shall we?
In ancient times, Liyue was a land of misery, where the shadow of evil loomed large. As slain gods festered, their vengeful wrath cursed the world, manifesting in infernal forms. When demons stirred, miasmas, monsters, and mutations infested the land. Then Rex Lapis summoned the Yakshas to vanquish the demons. They swore an oath: restore order through slaughter, purge evil through battle. To this, we dedicate our lives. Eons of bloodshed later, karmic debt weighed upon them, phantom wrath seeping into their broken souls. They went mad with fear, turned on each other, or succumbed to the darkness. Of the 5 foremost Yakshas, death came to 3, while the 4th vanished without a trace. In the millennia since, one conqueror of demons remains the sole surviving Yaksha in the mortal realm. And only on moonlit nights, in the glow from Guyon, and in the sound of the Dihua flute, is his memory preserved.
Bă, de unde a spus că vanished? Adică, îi poți să mai fi în viață încă?
This book is about the Yakshas, a group of Adepti who defend Liyue. Seems like a pretty niche topic. Was there anything that stood out to
Pentru că
you?
unul e în viață, care se știe că e în viață, gen, ca e Shao, și unul care a dispărut în ciurmă. Poate un del, cândva.
So, there used to be 5 main Yakshas, but supposedly only one of them is still alive today. Do you think that it could have anything to do with that Star Snatcher guy?
Nu.
No, surely not. He doesn't exactly give off the impression that he's been suffering for thousands of years.
Pe bune, Paimon.
The book says that the wrathful spirits of the gods defeated during the Archon War can sometimes cause plagues, monsters, or mutations. All of which sound pretty horrendous. Hey, wait a second. Paimon wonders if... Do you think those super evil hilly churls we saw earlier were the mutations that the book's talking about? The book says that the Yakshas, after fighting against the wrath of the gods for thousands of years, became bound by karma. Poisoned by the hateful thoughts of the gods, the Yakshas would often descend into indescribable fits of terror, rage, or agony. It's so tragic. After everything they went through in all their years of protecting Liyue, they got no reward and had to deal with so much suffering and... Yep, Paimon thinks we've already summed up all the key points. So back to the matter at hand. The things we need answers on are 1, where did those super evil-looking hilly trolls come from? And 2, what does Star Snatcher have to do with the Yakshas, right? Now to head back to where this all started and commence our investigation. Let's part the fog of mystery that hangs over Dwayne Karst and let the truth shine through in its full glory. To be honest, Paimon actually hopes he is a real Adeptus. His exorcism techniques seemed real enough at least. But if we get our hopes up, there's further for them to come down. So it makes sense to investigate thoroughly first, just to be sure. Alright, let's head back to Wangshu Inn!
Are you lying or not?
Deja pe ăla. Dacă mai fi aici. Încă ăsta acolo și Hilicius la fel. Ia uite.
Flee at my command, foul demon. Flee! Why won't you flee?
Uh-oh. Looks like Star Snatcher's in trouble. And there are innocent bystanders here too. We have to step in.
Mă ocupe de ei. Ba. Ce faceți mă aici? Easy. Ia, te-ai căcat pe tine, a?
I don't get it. Why didn't the Sigil of Permission do anything?
Oh, the Sigil
Has
of
the
Permission.
evil aura of these hilly churls grown in intensity?
Sigil of Permission, huh? Now why does that sound familiar? Right! It's a keepsake of the Adepti, so it must still contain traces of their power! No wonder he was able to scare those monsters away earlier!
What are you two babbling on about? One is merely underslept, meaning that one's adeptal power is not in full flow. Were one but given another opportunity...
Well, as it happens, there goes another bunch of evil hilly churls over there. Should we leave them to you then?
One suddenly feels ill at ease. Surely one has overexpended one's adeptal powers. Otherwise, one would surely purge these infernal beings at once.
So you were just bragging after all. We were right to be suspicious. Come on, Traveler. Looks like it's up to us. Use your elemental sight and hunt them down.
Oh, it's Bishop.
Conqueror of demons again. No wonder. Paimon was just wondering who could have made such short work of these hilly churls.
It's Bishop.
You. I remember you. I was purging some living beings that had been tainted by the demonic. It would appear that I have caused you some trouble.
Huh? He isn't usually this polite. What's going on? But you are exorcising demons. How is that causing trouble?
That is because the changes that occurred in these monsters stem from me. Or more precisely, from the karma I have accumulated.
Mutations? Karma? Oh, that Xiao is also called the Vigilant Yaksha, isn't he? So that means... Oh, poor Xiao.
I see. You must mean that piece of literati fan fiction from a few hundred years ago. All things are impermanent, and to exist is to suffer. We Yakshas have no need of sympathy or tears. My comrades who have passed on would see your tears as a stain upon their legacy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It matters not. In any case, I am on my way to purge a cavern of demonic influence, so we shall part ways here.
Wait! Take us with you! We'll be a big help! Paimon promises!
No need. I am used to fighting alone. And in any case, these mutations originated from me to begin with.
Well then... Oh! Consider it Paimon's penance for being accidentally rude just now. Please?
Hallo, Paimon.
Well, Come on, then.
So, Xiao, you've been suffering from the bad karma all this time?
Suffering is my price to pay for eons of endless slaughter. I have come to accept this. But in recent years, other living things have suffered, when the burden should be mine alone to bear. I must reflect on this.
Bun. Cred că e ok scoalul ăsta, sau? Da, cred că e ok. Trebuie să fac pe Mona neapărat. Și că o să o locuiesc cu Diluc. Cutscene? What the fuck?
This place gives Paimon goosebumps.
I will use the ritual known as the Bane of All Evil to relieve this place of its karma. You must remain calm. Do not allow yourself to be affected by the lingering wrath of bygone gods.
Ah, ok.
Worthless! Here! Useless! Worthless! 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 Here!
Vreau caracterul ăsta.
Worthless! 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 Here!
Bane of all evil. That
Bun.
must be the power you got for being a vigilant yaksha, right? Paimon's just realized that you only wear your mask when you're fighting the bad guys. But that Star Snatcher
this was
guy
right.
wears his mask the rest of the time too.
Star Snatcher. I am aware of no adeptus by such a name.
So he is a fraud! Well, we'll continue this discussion later. You should focus on your battle for now.
Worthless!
Care îmi dau în ăștia. Ah, așa. Bun. Ce cred că sunt ultimii? Posibil.
Useless. Worthless. Worthless. Boring. Worthless.
Era fain dacă și-am cea de mână să la fel să joc Hobbit-ul lui în continuu. Din cu aia care va da la boss.
It is good that we came here. An unusual number of living things had fallen under infernal influence. Had we not arrived in good time, the consequences would have been unthinkable. Now, this Star Snatcher you speak of. What is the situation?
Ooh, Paimon will tell you.
An Adeptus who grants wishes. To think that people could be so easily deceived by such blatant lies.
As an Adeptus, do you have the power to grant wishes, Yao?
The Liyue of yesteryear would never ask the Adepti for boons unearned. Millennia ago, the ancestral people of Liyue asked for nothing more than the strength to defend the land they called their home.
To be honest, an Adepti who grants people's wishes is probably more appealing to people nowadays.
However feeble people nowadays may be, they are not my concern. I concern myself only with following Rex Lapis's original decree.
Oops. Paimon spoke without thinking again.
Bravo, Paimon.
One more thing. That fake Adeptus has a sigil of permission. It's what he uses to exorcise demons.
Wait, truly? Fool. Exorcising demons without exterminating them. It is no wonder they have been congregating here. If this continues, things may spiral out of even my control. We must confiscate his sigil of permission.
Great minds think alike! Paimon agrees. We've got to show that trickster what you get for trying to fool us. And it just so happens that we've got a real Adeptus with us too. If Xiao were to teach Star Snatcher a lesson, you can bet he'll never dare to pose as an Adeptus ever again.
No. I only slay demons. I do not kill mortals.
Who said anything about killing him?
It would certainly benefit Liyue if we could convince him to cease his wicked ways. I possess an art called Dream Trawler. It is normally used to separate the soul from the body, that one might cultivate oneself in a waking dream. But it can also be used to call forth the spirits of others.
Whoa. Now that's a real Adepti art for ya.
A ritual must be performed for this art to be used. Assist me in gathering a few items. A censer, 7 lamps, and something to reduce the temperature.
Reduce the temperature. Oh, some mist
Missiles.
flowers will probably do, right? But as for the censer and the 7 lamps... Probably not the kinds of things they're gonna just stumble across in the wild.
Do you know of the 2 Yaksha statues that stand guard beside a merchant road on the southern face of Mount Tianheng? The ancestors of the people of Liyue built shrines there to honor the Yakshas. You should still be able to find some ceremonial items there. Once you have found them, meet me at the Yaksha statues after nightfall, and I will teach you how to use this art.
O cutie. Nice. Am la toate depărtate, pe bune? Bine, e teleporter, deci nu e problemă. Cine e asta sau
The
asta?
spirit
Ah, asta.
soars the mountains high, while the body rests as the world goes by.
Sorry to interrupt you, but
Well, I'll be. Isn't that something? A pair walk into a shrine, neither to seek nor worship gods or adepti, but
we know it's rude to ask, but we just need them for a short while.
for the dream trawler ritual, I trust.
How'd you know that?
I have been in the shrine for far longer than you would expect. Perhaps as a reward for my faithfulness, I have been endowed with some understanding of the adepti arts.
Wow. Paimon's never heard of that happening before.
It matters not. Take what you need. It is a fortuitous thing that these items may be of service to you. They serve little purpose here, in any case. Nothing that you need concern yourself with. Please, take what you wish.
This sensor should be fine, right? At least it isn't as run down as the shrine. So next, we just need to grab the 7 star lamps, right? The sooner we start, the sooner we'll be done.
Se for de ritual asta. Ce trebuie să mai aud de aici? Asta? Asta? A, uite-le. O fi și sus acum. Mai sunt încă 3, 4 aici. Uite de toate. Bun. Ce mă?
Paimon thinks we've got all the ones we can use now. But let's say bye to that guy before we leave, shall we?
O mai direct cu dude.
Huh? Where'd he go?
AFK, bă, mai intru, dar nu intru foarte des pe el.
I had presumed that once you had acquired what you came for, you would forget about me and simply be on your way.
Nu prea mai intru pe el.
It's that guy's voice. Hello? Where are you?
My physical form ceased to exist over 1,000 years ago. What you witnessed earlier was an illusion, created by the adepti art known as mortal lingering. Now that you have taken the 7-star lamps and sensor used in the mortal lingering ritual, my form is no longer visible to you. I was once a junior in the Order of the Yakshas, bestowed with the name Pervases by Rex Lapis himself. Yet my strength failed, and I was slain in battle. Today is the anniversary of my death. My last wish was to see a modern Liyue, and so I took the liberty of performing this ritual here. That aside, you were sent here by the Conqueror of Demons, were you not?
So, you two know each other then?
I sense his aura upon you. That and the heavy burden of his karma. Even after all these millennia, he still must endure such tremendous suffering.
De care chestii să am?
I am truly ashamed.
La ce te
Don't say
referi?
that, Pervise.
Chestii din astea?
You sacrificed your life for Liyue, didn't
De
you?
acord. Pe Discord te referi sau?
Life is a precious thing, yes. But when I think of the burden that the conqueror of demons must bear, death seems to me to have been the
Ce anume
easy way
să
out.
fie?
A selfish indulgence, even.
Pervases.
I apologize. Birthdays are joyful occasions.
Careva că nu
But
merge
by
că
the
pe
same
YouTube.
token, it is
Trimite
hard
pe
not to
Discord.
be
Și mai
melancholy
imediat.
on the anniversary of one's death. The mortal lingering will not last much longer. Take care, you two. And please pass on my regards to the conqueror of demons. If only I could taste some authentic grilled tickerfish once more. By wave and storm I hunt for fish. By wind and snow I slay evil.
Huh? Looks like he's gone then. Paimon really hopes that at least someone will remember Pervases the Yaksha. We should get going. But let's come back here and make an offering sometime.
Bun, de partea asta. Trebuie să mă duc aici.
I could get used to this.
Tu. Cea pe Discord, zice. Cred că 0. Dacă de pe fiecare na 0, că n-am mai intrat pe ăla. Dispozitiv 0. Ți-am spus că n-am mai jucat jocul ăla, nici nu cred că prea mai joc. Recent. Nu m-am plictisit de el. Ah! Acum am văzut After Nightfall. Bun. Cred că e ok pe la 8. Sau trebuie mai devreme? Credea mai devreme, ia stai să văd. Ah, ba nu.
Have you gathered the items for the ritual? This sensor and these lamps. Their designs are flawless, almost as if they were made specifically for use in the Adepti arts.
Oh, and, he says hi!
Pervases. Yes. This does have the hallmarks of something Pervases might do. As I thought, it seems that he could not leave Liyue behind, either. I hope that its present state will allow him to rest in peace. Well then, let us begin preparing for the ritual. Place the censer in the middle, and surround it with the 7-star lamps. Adorn the area with the items of abject cold. Once this is done, we shall proceed.
Ok.
Yes, this will do.
Ce gata.
Now, the next step is the key to performing Dream Trawler. There are 4 steps to performing this ritual. Offering incense, meditation, incantation, and loosing an arrow.
That seems like a real rigmarole.
Adepti arts are the product of millennia of study by Adepti. Do not dismiss their mystical workings as rigmarole. Failure to take this seriously could cause the technique to devour one's own body, or cause the spirit to be sundered from one's flesh permanently.
Stop talking! I'm sorry!
When offering the incense, we place the incense into the censer with reverence for Rex Lapis in our hearts. Meditation is to empty ourselves of trivial thoughts, and to focus on the target of the art we are performing. Then we shall recite the incantation in a loud voice, Devayaksha, bring forth sin. Finally, we will loose an arrow towards each of the Yaksha statues to enlist their authority for our contract. If all goes well, Star Snatcher's soul will be brought forth shortly. If you have no other questions, let us begin.
Ok.
Then we meditate. Ugh. Paimon really doesn't want to think about that fraud.
Hmm.
Bring forth sin! It looks like the Yaksha statues are glowing at the waist. So we just fire one arrow each at the glowing parts, right?
Poți da cu cel? A, da. Apa mi-a dat cu cel, nice.
We finished the ritual, and we followed all the instructions to the letter.
Close enough. Leave the rest to me. You two get ready to greet him.
What?
Where is one? Huh? You two look familiar. What's with one's body? One feels light, weightless. An Adepti art? You dare don the guise of an Adeptus in one's presence. But as for the matter of one's present location, one could have sworn that one was dozing off to sleep at Wangshu Inn not a moment ago. Wait, that must be it. Of course it must. As expected of an Adeptus such as oneself, one must indeed be in a dream.
There's no helping this guy, is there?
Huh? What is the meaning of this? Do you truly think that one will permit such insolence in one's own dreams?
Alright, time to take him down a peg.
Ah, puoi să bag cu el.
Such impertinence. Where are one's followers when one needs them? Hey, stop it! Stop it! Please stop! I surrender! I surrender! No! No, never again. You almost killed me. Oh, how did I ever have the misfortune to meet you two? Please, Great Adepti, spare my life. I won't do this ever again, I swear it.
We did call your spirit here, but we're not Adepti. He, however, is.
You deceive the masses with quackery. Masquerade as an Adeptus. Exorcise demons without exterminating them. And display a callous lack of regard for life. One day, you will reap that which you have sown. For those who invite the infernal into their lives, there is no redemption.
Oh.
You're...
Seems like Xiao's got him scared stiff.
Oh, great Adeptus. Might I ask your name? It really is you. It's truly you. Never in my life did I imagine that I might meet the conqueror of demons, the vigilant Yaksha himself.
You know about Xiao?
Of course. My grandfather was a folklorist. I learned the tales of the conqueror of demons at his knee. To this day, I'm an avid collector of books concerning the Yakshas. But ever since I discovered a sigil of permission while rummaging through my grandfather's personal effects, at first, I was just imitating the Adepti for fun. But slowly, I began to stray further and further from the righteous path.
Huh. So to sum you up, you're Xiao's biggest fan?
Yes. Thank you both for allowing me to witness the conqueror of demons in the flesh. It's like a dream come true.
That wasn't quite our intention.
Oh, great conqueror of demons, please allow me to swear this oath before you. I swear to turn away from evil, to live an honest life, and to never again stain the name of the Adepti.
I will remember your oath. Now go.
Thank you. 1,000 thanks for your forgiveness, and for all that you have done for Leah.
He seemed very earnest when he was making that oath there. Guess he won't be tricking anyone anymore. Oh, wait. We haven't gotten the sigil of permission back yet. Let's head over to Wangshuin first thing tomorrow and look for him.
Bun, acum să mă duc chiar în partea aia. A, de deja sus. Nice. Ia uite, e deja aici. Ba nu? What? Ce am pus mă mult asta?
Hey there, boss. Star Snatcher's staying here, right?
Star Snatcher. You mean the false adeptus who wore a mask? He signed in here under the name Wang Ping An. He's already checked out. He said he wished to go on a solo pilgrimage. Ah, yes. He also requested that I give this letter to a traveler who journeys together with a talking fairy, should they come asking for him.
Talking fairy? Who's that?
Well, anyway, you must be the traveler. Here's the letter.
How strange that he would leave a letter for us. Is this the final attempt to fool us, maybe? Come on, open it. Paimon's curious. Huh? Seems like he actually left us a few nice trinkets.
Mamă, cât a scris. Ba, nu s-o să citesc tot asta. Prea mult.
Along with... Woohoo! The sigil of permission! Paimon hasn't met a bad guy like him in a long time. Yeah. Anyway, let's go take the sigil of permission to Xiao, shall we?
Am un sigil of permission. Ah, ia-te pe Xiao, e deja aici.
There you are. We got the sigil of permission back. Do you want to take it?
You have my thanks.
May I take your order, sir?
1 grilled ticker fish.
Certainly. We'll prepare it for you immediately.
Huh. No almond tofu this time? Well, that's not like you.
Ticker fish was Pervasi's favorite dish.
Ah.
I just wanted to see how it tastes.
Huh.
By wave and storm I hunt for fish. By wind and snow I slay evil. Was there anything else? I am accustomed to eating alone.
And so, Detective Paimon and the trusty traveler solved the case and quietly slipped away.
Bine, Paimon. Loading? Bun, o mică pauză momentan. Bun. Îl deranj acum. Bun, unde mă sistem? Oh, mai avem? Oh, mai este! Cu asta ea.
Lantern Rite is nearly here. Why don't we decorate the inn this year? Oh, don't you know? On the first full moon of the first month each year, Liyue celebrates the Lantern Rite.
Aha.
It's a festival to
Asta e cu
commemorate the
eventul.
heroes from the past. After dark, the people release Xiao and Mingxiao lanterns into the night sky.
Aha. N-ai o să bitrate 0, what the fuck? Mi-a apucat de la YouTube. Nu înțeleg.
Oh,
Asta e.
may the flames of wisdom spread to all and never be extinguished. This is the meaning of the lanterns. We believe they act as the beacons in the night, guiding bygone heroes back to their homeland.
O secundă. Bun.
Wow, it sounds like a grand festival. And where there's a grand festival, there's always
Aoleu, Paimon.
snacks. You
Nu m-am
catch
mâncat
Paimon's
gândul.
drift?
You want to get involved in the Lantern Rite? That's great! The festive period leading up to the day itself is all part of the celebrations. During this time, we pray to bring peace and ward off bad luck. Liyue locals call it bidding farewell to the old and welcoming the new. If you're looking to take part, it's not too late. Oh, also, if you're able to, could you try to convince Xiao to go with you? We're not close. I wouldn't know how to ask him myself. But it seems that you've grown familiar.
Yeah, Paimon thinks it might be best to leave him alone for a few days.
I suppose you're right. Anyway, just thought I'd mention it. You should get yourselves down to the harbor. If you leave too late, the city will be crowded with people and you won't be able to make the most of it. Get going. Happy Lantern Rite.
Ok. Ia auzi, mă, ce face miau. Harbor. Liyue Harbor. Oare îmi bagă cutscene de la cum zbău toate lanternele? Seara? Foai, ce plan ar fi. Să dă fain. Mama, dar la fix la intrare mă pune să mă duc.
Young lady, if I may be so bold, how much for the floating thing?
Not for sale.
Paimon's not for sale.
Ah, de Paimon.
As a matter of fact, I'm having some financial trouble recently. I probably couldn't afford it. I'm just a small-time merchant anyway. I don't deal in rare and exotic treasures.
You know, the more you talk, the more suspicious you sound.
My, someone's in a grumpy mood, aren't they? Here, maybe some candy will make you feel better.
Uff.
Oh, suspiciously trustworthy.
So, I assume you two are in Liyue for the Lantern Rite? This year's Mingxiao Lantern is supposed to be a sight well worth the wait. The plastrite that will lift the lantern into the air is the largest in 20 years. It's big enough to make you wonder. If the fabled floating... I guess it must just be held up by a similarly sized chunk...
Sounds awesome.
I hope our paths cross again. Welcome to Liyue. Well, I can't speak for the whole of Liyue Harbor, but you're always welcome in my store, at least.
Și-a dispărut, ok.
So many stalls. Here, there, everywhere. I'm Ching Ching. I just donated Dolly. She's my rag doll. Last night in my dream, Dolly told me her wish was to fly up into... So I gave her to the lady over by the big deer land. I did the right thing. Didn't I? Wishes are supposed to come true at the land. Seems to be all around us.
No time to lose.
Mamă, ce plin e pe aici. Astea nu erau înainte aici. Vai, câte... Vai, dar câte chestii sunt. Ah, uite pe asta.
Mingxiao lantern is
Asta e cu
dedicated
ceanicul.
to Skybracer.
Uită în el.
He always was a show-off. Well, that's the plan. I do hope they make the antlers big enough. They were his pride and joy after the story goes. But then that
Da.
thanks to
Asta vorbește foarte mult.
whether you believe the story or not, I'm just happy. Surely the goodbye.
Acum am văzut o chestie. Bă. Bă, de-astea nu se fac. Ăstea scuferă de alea luxury. Bă. Păi de-apa că 50 de primă gemuri, a? Ce gosh, dude. Ai o piatră dacă ai plătit așa?
Look! That stone is floating! Luckily it's tethered in place. If it wasn't held down, who knows where it would fly off to?
This is the plasterite to be used for the Mingxiao lantern. The whole of the Xiao market is centered around it.
Oh, hello! Who are you?
I'm Zhang Zhou. Recently, I've been tracking progress on the construction of the Mingxiao lantern. You seem like newcomers. Is this your first lantern rite?
Yes. How can you tell?
Well, I don't remember running into any weird and wonderful mascots at last year's festival. You'll see lots of people releasing little lanterns during the festival. Those ones are called Xiao lanterns. But there's also a huge one, a joint effort by all the people of Liyue Harbor. That one is called the Mingxiao lantern. Almost every business in Liyue has a booth at the annual Xiao market. But despite its popularity, this is the one time of the year they're not looking to make a profit. The street market exists solely to raise the funds and materials required for the Mingxiao lantern construction.
So, the Xiao market. Does it have stuff you can eat?
Plenty. And if I do say so myself, the Lantern Rite is the best festival for sampling Liyue's local delicacies. It is Liyue's biggest annual festival, after all. Showing off your craft is a great way to drum up a reputation. So even if there's no mora to be made, everyone is secretly going all out to get their produce under the spotlight.
Folks in Liyue are so smart.
If you need any help, you can look for Wangya. She's overseeing the Lantern Rite. She's usually somewhere around the Xiao market. She's your first port of call.
Oh, will she know which stall sells the tastiest stuff?
No doubt. When it comes to the Lantern Rite, no one knows more than she does.
Got it! Let's go to the Xiao market and look for Wangya. And then go to the stall with the tastiest food and eat
Aoleu, pe aia bună. Ia de-mă. Ah, e aici.
Hi, can I help you? From the look of you, you don't hail from Liyue. Are you traveling through? Welcome to the Xiao market. Overseeing? Not exactly. The Lantern Rite Festival belongs to the whole of Liyue. It's not just one person's to oversee. I'm just taking care of a few small things, doing my bit to make sure everyone who joins in the festivities has a good time.
We want to know where the tastiest food in the whole wide Xiao market is.
The tastiest? Hard to say. I guess that depends on your personal preference. Still, what I can tell you is that everyone's talking about Yin Yan's stall. If it gets any busier over there, I'm gonna have to bring the Millilith to keep things orderly. Hey, you'd best get over there quick before the streets get too crowded with people. Oh, and if you are heading to Yin Yan, please do me a favor and run this document over to him. It's a summary of the data from last year's Lantern Rite, compiled by the Ministry of Civil Affairs. It has a few operational tips for our vendors. If you're heading in that direction, it'd be a great help. As thanks, I've got a gift for you when you get back.
You really don't have enough hands on deck. If I'd known, I would have roped some others in.
What's the best thing on the menu?
Ah, customers. Take a look and decide for yourself. I can do anything on the menu. Or if there's something in particular you're after, I can do that instead.
Paimon will have... Huh. Now that you mention mention it, you do have a lot of options for a food stall.
Naturally. If there's a dish I can't cook, I've yet to hear about it. Same every year. The old operational tips. How's this for a tip? Leave the handbook to one side and concentrate on the killer cooking. Hand it over. I'll use it to feed the fire later. Come on then, place your orders. Aren't you here to eat?
There are so many. This one looks good, but Paimon wants to try that one too. Huh? Grilled tiger fish? That's the one Pervases love to eat, isn't it? Seeing as the Lantern Rite is about commemorating the heroes of the past, let's order this one. This can be our way of honoring his memory.
Paimon strikes again.
Your friend has a good eye for food. That's our specialty. Please wait. I'll have it ready for you in no time. Okay, here's your grilled tiger fish. What do you think?
Delicious. Of course. What kind of a guide would Paimon be otherwise?
Well, hope you enjoy your food. I gotta see to some other customers. If you get hungry again, you know where I am.
So you're back. What do you think? Yin Yan makes some mean grub, huh?
Ah, so tasty.
Oh yeah? He said that last year, too. If he'd listened to our marketing tips, he'd be doing even better by now. Anyway, not to worry. Here's the gift I was talking about. This Xiao lantern is for you.
Wow, such a beautiful lantern. How is it made?
I'm afraid I wouldn't be able to explain the process concisely. But if you're interested in Xiao lanterns, you can ask Jingming over there. He's in charge of both the Xiao and Mingxiao lantern.
So he's responsible for this super duper huge one too?
That's right. He should be easy to find. Just over there, I think.
If we could make a Xiao lantern for Xiao, maybe that would cheer him up a bit. Let's find Jingming and see what he has to say.
Aia unde mai? Data faină asta. Stai, care e faza cu asta? Pot să dau use. Nu știu ce face. Vezi acum. Pânzi o dorință. Primogemuri. The primogemuri.
At this rate, we should be able to teach you how to make Xiao lanterns. Oh, You don't look like locals to me. Looking to try your hand at making your own? I'll be happy to teach you. There's no one way to make a Xiao lantern, but let me start by showing you the simplest one. I should have some spare materials over here. Just a second. They still need a bit of work.
Pot să... deci aici am materiile astea, nice. Facem 3, nu știu ce fac.
That was so complicated. Paimon is all out of brain juice.
It all comes with practice. No one's expecting your first try to be perfect. Folks like you who want to learn my craft are a rare find nowadays.
Did you build that humongous Mingxiao lantern using the same method?
That one? I suppose it's fair to say the method is the same, broadly speaking. But no single person can take credit for it. The whole of Liyue comes together to make it.
So it was a community effort?
Surely you've heard about it. The Xiao Market is actually a fundraiser, aiming to support the Ming Xiao Lantern's construction.
Whoa, so that's how the Mingxiao lantern is built.
Such is the Lantern Rite tradition. The Ministry of Civil Affairs might be covering the bulk of the costs, but it's the citizens of Liyue that donate the materials, among many other things.
Oh, so that's what that little girl meant when she said she donated her ragdoll. But since when do you build Mingxiao lanterns out of ragdolls?
Well, the Lantern Rite is a major festival. If somebody wants to make a contribution, no matter how small, or in this case symbolic, we tend not to reject them. All well-meaning contributions are gratefully received.
especially considering how grand of an occasion the Lantern Rite is for everyone. People believe that joining the effort might bring them good luck. Alrighty then. Shouldn't you get going? With all that the festival has to offer, I'm sure you must be on a busy schedule. Of course, if you want to make another Xiao Lantern at any time, you know where to find me. Happy Lantern Rite. Have fun.
Please take a seat.
Dar ce fac alea până la urmă? Am fac de ca să văd de use. Wow. Pui să-i dau drumul să zicem sus. S-a blocat. Ok.
So, did you find Jingming?
We did! And he taught us all about how to make shell lanterns. Even though Paimon can't really remember any of it.
No worries. You can always ask Jingming if you need to refresh your memory. I should go. Duty calls. Happy Lantern Rite.
Ce s-a fost cu asta? Lock after 3 days. Ok. What? Quest? Mai am quest-uri? What the fuck? Nu cred că e asta. Dar cred că este... Nu e. Ia dă încoa. Asta. Nici nu mai să mai citesc astea. Hai, dată de escape. Mamă, asta unde-i? Aici. Am asta în afara orașului. Uai, dar ce fain arată. Arată liu acum. Lanternele în aer. Nice. Ia și tu un cadou. Bun.
No time to lose.
Bă, arată fain acum. În final.
No time to lose.
Unde e ea? Ia-ți lanterna. 100 de metri. Să vedem și questul ăsta. Mai multe primogemuri. Hai, gata, m-am făcut. Quest complete. Nice. Show market. Vai, câte primogemuri faci aici. Avem vreunul și avem, cum să nu avem. Și că avem și un desen normal. Da, unul singur. Nice. Nice. Bă, ok, ce o să închei și eu live-ul.
What a view.
Vai, câte
How
quest-uri.
about a quick break so I can schedule?
Asta e quest. Asta pentru festival. Ok, cred că aici o să închei și eu live-ul. Sper că v-a plăcut. Dacă v-a plăcut, nu uitați să apăsați de like și ne auzim la următorul live atunci. Bun. Ceaules.